Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we actually have some pretty interesting news and topics we don't usually go and touch on too much, although I love to do more on my channel, is on the Xbox Series X and S, and also for their upcoming Pro and kind of remake editions. Now, I'm sure you guys maybe saw the video yesterday because it was trending up on Twitter. I made a video on it, I talked about it, and a lot of that type of stuff was all in regards to the PlayStation 5 Pro, because we actually had some pretty big updates when it came to AMD, the internal upgrades, and just a bunch of other stuff. If you guys actually didn't go check out that video, go and check that out now, because it also kind of relates to this one too as well. But one big thing is, whenever we've kind of seen things like the PS4 into the PS4 Pro, we've always kind of seen Microsoft go and have a good response with their Xbox. So now this video is going to be talking about more of the same leaks, kind of in the similar vein that it was kind of flooding the internet all of yesterday, but in regards for the Xbox. And this is going to be in regards to both the Xbox Series S kind of Pro, for lack of better words, and Xbox Series X Pro slash rehash slash whatever you guys want to go and call it. So we have a lot of fun things to go and talk about and kind of similar information we kind of shared up from yesterday. So let's go and talk about it. As well, if any of you guys are brand new, make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on, as well for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway going on the channel itself. I know it's an Xbox video, but we also will be co-streaming up the actual PlayStation event going on later on today. So make sure you guys go and are following up the Twitch stream itself. Twitter also linked down below in case you want to follow. We also do have the Amazon links down below for the PS5 disc, digital console controller. Sign up for Weeble, deposit $100, you guys go get free stock and free money. Coinbase, you guys go buy $100 worth of any cryptocurrency. You guys go and get free Bitcoin. And of course, like the video and give me your thoughts and comments on this one, because for me, at this point, like basically all the Xboxes keep on getting closer and closer and closer to just a normal computer, so even more upgrades is always nice to go and see. So let's go and talk about this. We actually have a little bit of an article over here from WCCF Tech over here, and we just have a lot of things to talk about. So Microsoft's Xbox Series S refresh in the upcoming year in 2022, Xbox Series X refresh in 2023, could utilize new 6 nanometer AMD APUs with faster clocks and more cores. So, really kind of quick preface, because we did talk about this beforehand too as well. When it comes to all the PlayStation consoles, it's in the similar boat. AMD does go help with the internals. It makes the internals for both of these. So it's always almost kind of weird to go and state, but whenever something like the PlayStation gets upgrades, the Xbox is very, very likely to have the same, if not better, depending on their contracts, how much they pay, and all that type of stuff. So either way, this is going to be great news for the next rehash. Now, I also do know a lot of you guys out there are still waiting to go and see, like, to get your normal consoles and get the normal, like, amateur version, not the pro versions. So bear in mind, this is, like, maybe a few years out, but they're always working and developing and trying to make these more efficient. So basically, Microsoft also may be planning to refresh its Xbox Series S console earlier than the Xbox Series X with AMD's new 6 nanometer APUs, alleges Moore's Law is dead. The leaker has posted a share of new info on next-gen consoles from Sony and Microsoft, which we kind of covered up yesterday, in which he discusses what he has learned, what he believes are going to be going strategies adopted by both console makers for their refresh generation. So, like, lack of better words, just always just assume these are all for the Pro versions. So Microsoft Series S refresh will be a little bit earlier, which is also somewhat surprising too, because these literally just came out. Also, the Xbox will be a little bit on, but that's fine because the Xbox has a better hardware internally. So according to the MLID, Microsoft seems to be readying its refresh lineup, starting with the Xbox Series S console first. This is being done to tackle the PlayStation 5 Slim or Pro, which is expected to launch around a similar time frame in late 2022. Or a little bit later on too, depending on a lot of these. I'll just be honest with you guys, a lot of these are just very various on the market, on the semiconductor shortages, and how well we're kind of done post-pandemic. The new Xbox Series S console is said to be the higher spec variant of the existing Xbox Series S console, which is also somewhat on the weirder side too, because like basically we have an Xbox Series S, $300, Xbox Series X, which is marginally better. So it's almost kind of weird to go and see, like, why would they want to have a weird mid-tier Xbox Series S Pro at like a $400 price point? Because would people even really use that? And they could also just maybe at that point ideally have the Xbox Series X is more readily available. And then on the reverse side, if the Xbox Series S is better, then why would you get the Xbox? You see how sometimes Xbox does a lot of things that can be kind of a little bit confusing over here. So the reason to get the new Xbox Series S console out so early is that Microsoft sees a higher attach rate to its Xbox Game Pass on the Xbox Series S compared to the Xbox Series X, which is actually, I'd love to talk about that more in the future. Since the company allegedly operates the Xbox brand as the SaaS, software as a service, which relies entirely on its past sales, They want more consumers to grab the Game Pass, and to do that, they want to release a new and better Xbox Series S, which would not only give new users an incentive to upgrade, but also to result in dropping the price on the existing Xbox Series S to around $189 to $250. Which I want to go and say this. This like topic alone almost makes me just want to go make a pure video purely talk about this. Because I 100%, and leave your comments and thoughts down below, buy an Xbox Series S at like $190. 1 zillion percent I would buy that. Like one without a doubt. Which of course would also lead to more people to the Xbox platform, and also even if they just use it for a casual console or someone like me, who mainly is on my PS5 and PC, but if I have Game Pass already, I would just utilize it on my Xbox Series S. So the rumor states that the new Microsoft Xbox Series S is aiming at a price point of under $350, which also once again would undercut the PlayStation 5. New console would get a nice spec boost from the latest 6nm AMD APU, which might unclock its full 24 CU RDNA 2 GPU. The reason stated for disabling the cores in the first place is said to be early 7nm yields, but now that 7nm is mature and 6nm is more or less optimized version of the 7nm, we could see AMD ship out a much faster APU designs that are unlocked and feature higher clock speeds. So let's go talk about this really quickly. Like I said, I can actually maybe see myself making a more in-depth and more dedicated video on this, but it does kind of make sense because if they lower the normal Xbox Series S price and make it extremely affordable, that will definitely be better for those more like less rich off countries. Think like maybe more like India, places like Brazil, Chile, or whatever. And if they also offer a somewhat cheaper price point for Game Pass, they get so many more millions of people able to go and utilize and use the Microsoft ecosystem. And as well, they might want to even utilize it more for other things like, TV shows, Netflix type things, etc. Or on top of that, which is awesome. Or even honestly, even like a web browser, if they could pull it off too as well. So that's awesome. I do believe the idea of an Xbox Series S Pro, which would also go and lower the price of the Xbox Series S, I would love that. I would be down with that. I think that's really, really good. And of course, the Xbox Series X, because it is such a higher internal, like, I guess, spec-wise, it does make it a lot harder for them to want to go and lower that price point, or as well make it even better. But we could definitely go and see them want to, almost without a doubt, have a competition for PlayStation 5, because they don't want to keep on giving up more market share for that. But the main idea on this is the Xbox Series S would be phenomenal. As I mentioned myself, and you guys give me your thoughts, I would 100% buy an Xbox Series S for $200. That to me is like the perfect price point because it's not a bad piece of hardware, and I would love to put that maybe in my bedroom. So I wouldn't be using it every day. It wouldn't be my main go-to gaming like console, but at the same time, because I have a PC, I'd just be on my PC instead of my PS5, but just for something casual, especially if I can multi-use dual Game Pass, I would love that. Or maybe, you have a friend coming and hanging on over inside of your bed. Just saying, maybe after like after a nice night together. I mean, all the people out there with wives and girlfriends, I'm sure you guys know what I'm saying. Sometimes it's nice to kind of just go and chill, relax, and just be comfy and vibe, or even use it for like a overall system thing, say like for Netflix and other various apps, kind of like a smart TV. I'd be so down. I would love that. And the fact that it's like on the way and being worked on is actually very, very good, especially now that as technology evolves, it does get cheaper and cheaper to utilize other different types of things, and also is more optimized. There's less people using it and stuff like that. So in theory, an Xbox Series S Pro, an Xbox Series X Pro would be awesome. And of course, as well, the existing Xbox Series S ships with 4 teraflops of computing power, so a 6nm refresh may end with at least 5 teraflops of computing power. At under $350 US, it would be a great gaming console choice and should give Sony's PlayStation Slim a tough time. The Xbox Series X will also be getting a similar treatment to a 6nm refresh plan for late 2023, though no word on the specifications or prices mentioned the flagship SKU. Though we'd actually go and see some of that information when it came to the PS5 Pro, though. I'm sure you guys maybe saw that video. Like I said, maybe go check that out later on. But for this, it's cool. I love this. I mean, like, I'm kind of like getting in the groove already for these next generations. But I do want to also go and note that we have a lot of people out there in all of you, probably a lot of you guys watching, that are still having issues getting their PS5s and Xboxes, and even we were still even seeing more major issues with the Xbox Series X limited edition Halo Infinite edition, that even some big retailers even want to go and sell it because it was so out of stock already, and that's just off of one pre-order wave. So I think this would be awesome, but of course, I think almost all of us can agree we need to deal with the first current restocks first, and then we go and focus on the future generation and future pro versions of these slim versions of these consoles, because if people can't even get the normal consoles, it'll probably be even harder to get these pro versions. But like I said, the idea of a pro Xbox Series S coming in that mid-generation would be awesome, and the same thing too with a brand new Xbox Series X a little bit later on, although we don't have as much new information for that. It is still there. It's still apparently being in the works. Same with the PlayStations that we were talking about. So all around really cool stuff. I love kind of see this stuff and kind of big upgrades and news for all this. So give me your thoughts and comments down below. Make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on as well. Make sure you guys go and check on the Amazon links down below for the PS5 Digital Console Controller, Twitter and Twitch stream as well. The link down below. Sign up for Weeble, deposit $100. You guys go get free stock, free money. Coinbase, you guys go buy $100 worth of any cryptocurrency. You guys go and get free Bitcoin. So I was linked down below, and I appreciate you guys all so much for existing. Love you guys.